let's start with, you guys have an exclusive that you released on Breaking Points. You have this polling company that does this like word association game.
Yeah.
Like, when I say Joe Biden, what do you think of?
Right,
and people are like, diapers. And when I say Trump, what do you think of? Gonna have a heart attack any second, right? Like,
pretty much, yeah. You guys have probably seen their work before. This is JL Partners. They also ran our focus groups for us, so we have a ongoing relationship with them, and they put together these word clouds, asking those instant reactions to Biden and Trump, also asking some questions about reaction to Trump's being found guilty. So let's go. We can walk through these, and we'll get your reaction, Kyle, to these in real time. So one of the things they ask people is, who is your dream president? We can put this up on the screen. So not a lot of creativity here. Donald Trump looms large, but actually the second one is Obama. Biden is like kind of far down the list. And then we can break it down also by partisan affiliation. So let's put the next one up on the screen because this is interesting too. So for Democrats,
I just see so many hilarious things.
There are a lot of very funny ones here. So for Democrats, Obama is, man, they still love that guy. They're longing for the good old days.
Can I just pause you for a second?
Yeah.
Under Democrat, one of the things I see is Gretchen. I guess that's about Gretchen Whitmer. I saw one that said Volodymyr in the other one, and
Zelensky.
I saw one that said Chance. Is that Chance the rapper? Chance? One of them said Chance in the last graphic. It said Chance on the bottom left
the one
in
I was
tiny.
trying to figure out, somewhere on one of these, it just says Tom. I'm like, who?
Oh, I love that. This one is under Democrat says corrupt.
Yeah, they also are like bringing people back from the dead. They've got Abe Lincoln on there. JFK is somewhere in the mix with these ones as well. Yeah, Zelensky makes an appearance. But who do you notice? Let's see if you notice. Who is not? Who is very notably not in the Democratic dream president case?
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris.
And also I see Keanu Reeves did make it.
Keanu Reeves is there. Kamala Harris, the vice president of the United States, not there.
Bros.
Jimmy Carter is there.
Somebody said Zelensky and somebody said Hakeem Jeffries.
There were a couple, I think both Hakeem and Jeffries are on there. So you had multiple people saying Hakeem Jeffries.
I see Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, very tiny on the bottom.
Yeah.
There for the Democrats.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
By the way, okay.
Oh,
so
Elon Musk got a mention over on the Republican.
Oh, I'm not surprised by that.
Yeah.
So on the Democratic side, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
By the Obama nostalgia.
Yeah, because his
Michelle
polls,
is also there too, by the way, guys.
his polls have consistently remained really high.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's that other thing about absence makes the heart grow fonder, which is why even George W. Bush, he left office with like a 20-something% approval rating, and now he's got even a majority of Democrats saying, yeah, he wasn't that bad, which is crazy, war criminal, all the bad things in the world.
Yeah.
But the Obama thing does not surprise me.
Yeah.
Because now, do you remember after Biden pulled out of Afghanistan, we did a segment, and I was like, I think Biden's already had a better presidency than Obama.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wrong. Now Obama has soared past him yet again, because at least we got Cuba normalization. We got the Iran nuclear deal. There's now weighing the pros and the cons of both, Obama far outshines Joe Biden, because Joe Biden is arming and funding a genocide.
The genocide thing is kind of a deal breaker on that one.
Yeah. That means you had to have a giant lead in order for you to do a genocide and still remain ahead.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm not surprised by the Obama thing. But again, you know what it tells me? This is my takeaway for both the Democrats and the Republicans. It's vibes. It's all vibes. Everything's vibes. Right? That's why you got Obama on the Democratic side. That's why you got Trump on the Republican side.
There's not a lot of imagination there either. It's just like, who was just that? Not that happy with this one. Maybe the last one. Let's just go to the last one.
Am I making it up, or did I see Jon Stewart for one of the Democrat ones?
Yeah, Jon Stewart was there.
So Kamala didn't make it, but Jon Stewart made it.
Yeah,
he
that's
absolutely should be bigger. I did a segment the other day, basically like he was asked if he was going to run for president on Tom Segura's podcast.
Yeah.
And he didn't say no. And I was holding on to that.
Hey, maybe that's the Tom they want for president. I guess maybe it was Tom Brady.
Fuck no. He's more Republican than Democrat.
No, but that was under...
it was under the Republicans.
I think it was. Anyway.
Who the fuck wants that plastic G.I. Joe Ken doll looking ass motherfucker?
Who wants Hakeem Jeffries?
He's Speaker of the House. That's for that person was an MSNBC viewer, the one who said that. Absolutely.
All right. So we've got next up, I think, is Donald Trump in a single word. So let's put this up on the screen. This is among all voters. And the biggest one...
By the way, I called this.
Yeah, you did. That's right.
This.
When I was telling Kyle about these, he was like, is the number one criminal? And sure enough, the number one word is criminal. And next is evil. Disgusting is also up there. Then you have some of the favorable ones. You've got smart, you've got honest, you've got awesome. I also love the people that answer. They're like, sum up Donald Trump in a word, and they just say Trump.
That's like Eric Adams.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what I thought of too. And they're like,
If you had to sum up this year in one word, what would you say? New York.
New York. Wait, what? All right, go to the next one because it's got the partisan breakdown, which unsurprisingly, Democrats have a lot of bad feelings about Trump. Republicans have a lot of positive feelings about Trump.
Let me read some of these. Democrats, so evil, criminal, felon, asshole, bad, crook, corrupt. Independents say disgusting, corrupt, unfavorable. There's some honest up there, so that's the more right-leaning libertarian independents. I mean, Republican.
But most of the independent ones are negative, though. Arrogant, obnoxious, disgusting,
and that's
corrupt,
not surprising.
Unfavorable.
That's not surprising to me.
Yeah, that's right. And
the Republican one, number one they went with was American. That's how you know even really they know. Too. Even they know he's fucked up. They're like, he is American, if you think about it.
I thought that was funny too. Leader, smart, awesome, successful, intelligent, businessman, et cetera, et cetera. Disciplined. That's hilarious. How could you say that?
He was disciplined in 4 seconds before he whipped his dick out with Stormy Daniels. But by the 5th second, he lost his discipline.
But you found it really noteworthy that criminal was the number one, though. And these were all taken, after he was found guilty. So if you want to make the case that these cases are going to matter, that this case in particular is going to matter, the fact that Democrats can just continually say, like, criminal, convicted felon, et cetera, and really tar them with that, it could be significant.
Yeah, and to me, it's not just about the Democrats. It's the fact that after you're a convicted felon, and by the way, you have like 78 other trials pending and the fraud thing in New York and the civil cases, now also the moderates, the independents, the fence sitters, all of them you force their hand too. Because they're the only people who are going to really go to the mat and defend him at this moment are the true cultists.
Yeah.
And so that means everybody else is like the criminal.
Yeah.
And by the way, this is without, I think Joe Biden said it once that he was a convicted felon. This is without the Democrats really doing like convicted felon, convicted felon, convicted felon, convicted felon. And look, I think that is the only reason why Biden still has a chance in this race. That's what I think.
Colvin, can we go to A7, the question about how people, their main reaction upon hearing Trump's guilty verdict, because it fits with this conversation. So this is among all voters. The largest sentiment was happy. Second was surprised. Then third, it appears, was expected. So you had some people, I knew it was going to happen. Justice, satisfaction, shocked, relief, sad, glad, surprised, mad, guilty. But happy is the one that really jumps out.
Yeah, so what's the biggest positive one for Trump? Angry and crazy, I guess, but they're not that, or sad is a little bigger.
Disappointed, angry, disgusted, but
all the really big ones are all like he had it coming.
Happy and surprised.
Yeah, happy, surprised.
I mean, surprise is noteworthy too, because people just feel like, oh, this guy is never going to face accountability for anything. So
but then expected is just a little smaller than that.
True. Yeah, and I don't know if we have the partisan breakdown on that one. One of the ones that's up there is hooray. You can throw it up if we do have the partisan breakdown, Republicans and Democrats on this one, but I'm sure we can all guess the way that will go since it was a very partisan reaction.
Somebody said injustice.
Injustice.
Bottom left. Injustice. Another person said shit. Left.
One person, somebody said God.
Of course.
Okay.
That was Eric Adams said that. What do you have to say about the Trump verdict, Mayor Adams? God. New York.
All right, let's go ahead to A5. We've got Joe Biden in a word. This is a rare moment of national consensus here. Old.
Oh, my God.
Old. Jumps
all right, so
out above everything.
Old is the biggest.
Yeah.
Then somebody said trustworthy? Bad Biden. Somebody said Biden. Senile. Country. Who says
Biden.
Country?
I don't know.
Incompetent,
liar.
liar.
When they said about Trump, the number one for Republicans was American.
Yeah, that's so true.
Country.
But yeah, so number one is old.
Dementia's up there, Alzheimer's up there.
By the way, old and incompetent are the two biggest ones.
Yeah. And this one we do have the partisan breakdown for. Let's go to the next one. So you've got Democrats, old. Even for Democrats,
wow.
The number one association is old.
And for independents, it's the biggest association.
By far. Independents are the ones who said it the most.
Wow.
Republicans actually had like a mix of bad things that they felt about Biden. Liar, senile, bad, incompetent, horrible. But for independents, it's just old, basically. And then incompetent is number two. Democrats, they're positive. Some of the largest ones for theirs are just Joe and Biden. Okay, again, Eric Adams. Old is number one. Honest, trustworthy, caring. That's what they're still clinging to over there with the on the Democratic side. You know, really caring, trustworthy guy who's just doing a genocide.
I'm going to make a bold prediction based off what we're seeing here. Yeah. You ready for my bold prediction?
I'm ready.
RFK is going to get double digits in this election.
You think so?
I do.
Because everybody hates these two dudes.
Yes. And, I don't even know. Well, I guess let me put the little asterisk if it depends how many ballots he gets on.
Yeah.
But assuming he's on a decent number, I'm not even saying all, like at least 38-ish.
Yeah.
As long as he's on, I think he's going to get double digits. Because I think some people are going to get in the voting booth and just be like, he's younger. Boom.
Kennedy. Sounds good. Yeah. I think that's very possible.
I don't think he has a chance of winning. Let me be clear.
Yeah.
He doesn't. But he'll get more than I think a lot of people expect.
So you think he'll outperform the polls?
I didn't say that. I'd say just double digits.
Okay.
I'd say double digits. I don't know what he's polling at now. He's probably polling around 10%.
I think he's around 10, 11, somewhere in there. The typical thing that happens with third-party candidates is that as you get to Election Day, and people grapple with the fact, like, all right, reality is setting in. It's going to be one of these two dudes.
They abandon.
Typically, they abandon the third-party candidates, and they go to one of the two dudes.
I think this is different.
You think it'll be different?
I think it's different. And I talked about this on my show the other day, that in 2016, I felt like we are never going to get another race as pathetic as this, where the two candidates are so despised, Trump and Hillary, and all the polls showed that. Then we got 2020, and I was thinking, you know what, this is kind of a tie with 2016 in terms of how pathetic it is.
Yeah.
But then we get to 2024, and it's like, no, this is actually even worse than 2016.
So I'm looking at the Real Clear Politics average of the five-way race, if you include Trump, Biden, Kennedy, Stein, and West. And he's right now averaging about 8% of the vote. And when he earlier on...
He was at 20.
He was up, so at the beginning of 2024 even, so not even we're talking last year, but the beginning of 2024, he was at about 17%. So he has really fallen off. I do think that...
I know he fell off.
Yeah, I do think that his position on the, just being like even more to the right of Biden and potentially Trump on Israel has been a problem for him.
Well, it's also they started attacking him now. They weren't attacking him before.
That's true, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trump has been going after him. The Democrats have a whole project set up to go after him. So, yeah, he's taken on some water for that. So I don't know if he's going to make double digits, but I can definitely see your argument, and there's a huge obvious dissatisfaction with like the choice between the old man and the criminal.
Yeah, and well, I said it was a bold take. I know it's a bold take.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that plays out.
Yep.